Out of control, bastard!
Happy birthday!
Let her read.
See, the dim flickering light that sits atop a staple-ridden pillar is not sunlight. It doesn't appear to guide her path, but she stands there, letting a process like photosynthesis develop her roots that seem to grow from the cold concrete. I hear the taxi drivers at Tasty Burger. They're making lewd comments, reducing her to explicit acts and body parts, so I stand up and say, hey! Hey! That could be your daughter in hard times! Then in disgust I turned and walked away, but inside I cried because she was me. But for that moment her eyes screamed, get out of my soul. I'd seen her face in my reflection, distorted by splash water and tears. I am you, and you are logically beautiful. Oh, it's clear that the situations were altered, that she could be one of my sisters, that could be my mother, myself, any woman I ever loved, any woman I ever met, but I don't know her. I try not to conjure up ideas to how the uncomfortable cold of the night could probably never match her heart, or speculate. When's the last time she spoke to a friend? A real friend? Yeah, one who wasn't doing what she does, because what would she say? Tell me, where exactly would you start? See, I know she knows I'm noticing. I know that she's sharp, like a good knife with a broken handle. So I get to thinking, maybe I should just leave. But I can't, because I don't know her story. Was she a young girl who stayed home long enough to think that a slipped note in her coat pocket to run away made her a grown woman, not knowing she's not mature, coping, who had come to associate groping, groaning, grown men noticing, provoking the opening of her legs as a sign of love? She doesn't seem so naive. She can't be. Not anymore. I believe she knows with no sound sleep is how she'll eat, living a life revolved around providing empty pleasures to destroy veins and brain cells, or maybe just to make ends meet. See, to me, she doesn't seem happy. So I imagine she looks at the news to get her fix of false hope for herself, because it costs to care these days, apparently way too much to pay attention, like no one has 2 cents to share anymore. So these things go unmentioned. Just ask the loved ones of those lost in a car lot, the stairwell, and on the side of the road on May 2 for 12 years ago here in Toronto. She's shaking her head. Maybe she's wondering what a world in which we wander, merely wishing things were different. Wow. This here standing there still, in a thin like jacket, towering heels, and liquid courage in her purse, but not much else but more fear than seemingly common sense, shows she breathes a strength that cannot be emulated. But every night was seen somewhere at some time on some street, duplicated except for when positive expressions meant life, to prove that truth will be communicated if it needs to be. In high school, I was told that at the end of the day, beauty is what survives. And I believed it. So it only makes sense that at this day's end she becomes, to me, logically beautiful. But technically, she already was, since conception. And it doesn't hurt to be reminded of those times before the first car door slammed closed with one of those baby car seats in the back seat. I hope she stays this way, surviving and safe by me, because this life, these streets are dangerous. And I wasn't referring to the cardboard boxes, the abusive pimps, and cops who play a prominent role in the reaping of the souls of the hardworking, yet unlucky. Because maybe, just maybe, time will change those things, but until then, I'd hate to be that cop kid that has to go knocking on a mother's door to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.